Hi everybody, this is Jack Hurley, the Superintendent of Schools, and we are getting into spring, and we certainly are looking forward to a strong ending to a very good and productive school year. So as we enter into the last quarter, I know we start looking ahead to end of the year activities and festivities, but I want to remind everybody we still have a way to go and a lot going on in our schools. Obviously, the month of March brought a change in our requirements in response to the 2-year struggle we had and battle we had in dealing with the pandemic. Masks are off and still optional. We have several of our students and some of our faculty and staff who wear masks, and certainly everybody is able to do that if they wish. But also many of the students, many of the faculty and staff are now without masks, and it certainly does bring a different feel to the building as we see smiles and happy faces of our students. We continue to monitor all the data. We continue to work with the local Board of Health to make sure that the good direction that we're heading in and have gotten to in dealing with COVID stays as it is and even gets better. So again, I truly appreciate all the cooperation we've gotten from our students, from our faculty, from our staff, from the parents, from the community in getting through these past 2 years. As I said, though, we are back to normal in many, many ways, and it's happy to see. I'm happy to see full gyms and auditoriums and athletic fields and classrooms with activities back up and running. And I want to just mention a couple of activities in particular. Our academic decathlon team at the high school, coached by Jason Narozny, a teacher at the high school, won our state championship. This is the second year in a row they won the state championship in academic decathlon. It is the fourth time Mr. Narozny has led the team to a state championship, and Rutherford High School will be representing New Jersey in the national competition coming up in April. For those who don't know what academic decathlon is, it is a very, very intense academic inquiry into a topic every year. And they look at the science of it, the history of it, the literature connected to it. There are speeches, interviews, quizzes, activities that students have to participate in. The students train for this for over a year and compete starting on the regional level, then the state level, and now at the national level. We are up against some of the biggest name schools in the state every year. And like I said, we've won the state championship 2 years in a row. So it really is a reflection of the academic work that's accomplished here in district from K to 12 as the students come to the high school, compete at this high level, and perform so admirably. So congratulations to them and to Mr. Narozny. I also want to congratulate the high school athletic program. Had an outstanding winter season. Most noteworthy was the league championship won by our boys swim team and our girls basketball team. We had many students take individual honors, and many teams, all of our teams did well, advancing into state tournament competition. Also, the arts are thriving. We had our high school play, Matilda, be put on in early March. It was basically a sellout for 3 nights. And Union School's play, Beauty and the Beast, is happening the weekend of March 18th. We have a lot of community activities going on, not only with our students, but with our faculty and our staff. The Rutherford Education Association on Saturday, March 19th, and again, you may be seeing this after the fact, but I still want to commend them for what they did, run a March Madness Day. It's sort of a fun fair for a lot of our younger students, with both some activities for kids to do and also some showcase some of our students' work. But most importantly, admission to the event is to bring a couple of cans or items of non-perishable food to supplement the Rutherford Food Pantry. The REA years ago noted that how the food pantry always seems to be well stocked at the holiday season, but sometimes as we get into spring and summer, the supplies dwindle a little bit. So this brings a lot of food to help those in our community who need it. So I want to again thank the teachers and the staff who take part in that activity. I know when I try to run through some highlights of things that are happening, I always leave something out. So I encourage all of you to visit our website, follow the various schools and activities on Twitter or Facebook to see what's happening in our schools, because a lot is going on. A lot of good things are occurring. Our construction projects keep moving along. We're making progress at Pierpont, heading towards the completion of the new wing of 11 classrooms. That work is progressing, and the anticipation that that will be done sometime before September. And then the multi-purpose room will be renovated, and that should be done sometime in the early fall, and then that project will be done. The second phase of the high school, which is the exterior work of the facade on Mortimer Avenue, is going to commence, actually going to commence with some of the preliminary work in April, but commence in terms of the outside work. One school lets out in June, and again, we are planning on having that done and ready to go for September. The Union School gym is a little behind schedule, but is making progress towards the completion for the spring, and then the renovation of the current gym into science labs will take place with an anticipation of being done sometime in early summer, so we're ready to go for September. So in terms of the project, we are on or a little ahead of schedule in most cases, and we are planning and hoping and wishing and working to making sure everything's done in time for next fall, for this coming fall. Final thing I want to mention is I'll be putting out something in the next week or two, something I want to try, hoping to maybe get a little more connection with the community. And instead of doing things at night, which often are a problem with busy schedules, I'm going to set up in each of the buildings a coffee hour following school arrival. And this will be sent out to all of you via a Connect 5, where if a parent is dropping their child off at one of our schools, wants to pop in, have a little coffee hour where any question a parent may have about what's going on in the district, going on in that particular grade level of the building, I'll be there to have a discussion with you, answer some questions, and give you some information. So be looking for that message coming out sometime before we get into April. Okay? So a lot happening. We're at the time of year now where it gets very exciting as we look ahead towards finishing strong, completing our academic job, our co-curricular, our community work, and having our students ready to move on to the next grade level, or in terms of high school students, to the next step of their career and educational path. Again, I appreciate everything you've done these past 2 years. You kept us in a good place, and we're going to keep working to stay there and make it even better. So until next time, this is Jack Hurley, the Superintendent of Schools. Thank you.